What would you do if you lost your job tomorrow? Of the 3 million employed by the government, one of the most coveted jobs in America, 2 million of them were recently offered to collect their salaries for about 8 months if they were to leave their job right away. Imagine that being your story. In fact, there's probably someone listening right now who was on the other side of that offer. You probably know someone who was offered that same offer. What would you do if you lost your job? Welcome to Think Different Daily. My name is Jennifer, and I am a marketing coach. I help people just like you make money online. And on this channel, we talk about the things that most people don't tell you when it comes to making money online. If you want to learn more about that, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, share this video because this video is going to be packed with value. And I know that you know someone who would benefit from it just like you will. So let's get into this thing. You've probably heard the news recently about the millions of people that have lost their jobs at the government level. And it's pretty devastating because it came suddenly, and most people in America are not in positions financially for that significant change. Most people are relying on those checks. Most people's livelihoods depend on those checks to live day to day, to do what they need to do for themselves and for their families. So my heart goes out to every single person who was impacted by those changes, who went to work that morning, woke up like their normal routine, only to come to work and find out that they're being offered a severance package and being asked to leave their job. Whether they had worked there for a few months, a few weeks, or for many people, several years, decades even, it's nothing you ever expect to hear. And so it's not just happening at the government level, it's happening across corporations, chain stores, and even restaurants that we all know very well. I'm sure you heard, just like I have recently, that Joann's Fabrics is closing all of its stores. Stores like Big Lots and Party City closing all of its stores. Now, you may not think that those jobs are just as important as the government ones, but they are. To the families that worked at the Joann Fabrics, at the Party Cities, at the Big Lots, they no longer have income. So I ask you again, what would you do if you lost your job today? I remember I worked at a nonprofit organization and I worked there for almost 10 years. In fact, it was where I grew as a young professional. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about the nonprofit world. And I also got to travel all around the world, and I was making some really good money. I had great benefits. I worked with some good people, and it was just an amazing experience. I remember though, when my time came to depart and to transition to something new, which I'll do a video about that because there's something to be said about knowing when your time is up at a job and when to transition and how to do it. So if you want to learn more about that, just drop a comment in the comments below, and I'll come back and share more about my story and my experience and the lessons that I learned from that. But when I was preparing to leave, I notified my boss. I went through all of the routine of, the proper way, if you will, to leave a job. And as I was leaving, you often don't realize the impact that you've made on people. I had so many people come to me and just tell me how much they were going to miss me, and, the positive energy that I brought to the office and how it was going to change everything. But there was one thing that somebody said that has always stuck with me, even many, many years since I have left that job. And she said, I'm excited for you and what your next journey is going to look like. She said, but honestly, I don't know what I would do if I left this job. Just imagine that. She had no idea. She had gotten so ingrained in the system of the job, the 9 to 5 grind, that she hadn't even thought about, what if I didn't have this job? What would I do? And that was so eye-opening for me. To be honest with you, it was confirmation that my departure was exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Now, I'm here to tell you that at that time, I had a plan, but I also didn't have it all figured out. It wasn't until years later that I started to piece together all the skills and experiences that I had learned, not only from that job, but previous jobs before, and put those skills to use in such a way that I'm able to not only rely on income from a 9 to 5, now I'm able to create a new stream of income and to do so without just relying on going in and working for somebody else. Can you relate to this? Because one thing that stood out to me about that comment was she hadn't taken a moment to really audit her own skills. I mean, for goodness sake, she was working at an organization. So that tells you something, right? She was hired because she had something to offer, even being trained to do the job. If she wasn't doing it well, she would have got fired, right? So, how many of us have been in that position where we have not arrived at evaluating our value, understanding our worth, and packaging that work in such a way that it can help someone else and also help you make some money? And I'm here to tell you that the past few years, I have learned to do that exactly. Think Different Daily is all about how to make money, and we talk about the things that most people don't when it comes to making passive income. And one of the things that most people don't talk about is, how do you transition from that 9 to 5 grind, if that's where you are, and get into a space where you are creating new income, passive income, because you're offering something of value that people want to buy. Thinkdifferentdaily.com. Check it out. I've linked it below. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because I've finally arrived at the place where, because of the success that I've had on TikTok Shop in affiliate marketing, I created a 3 simple step strategy that honestly worked for me. I was my own guinea pig, y'all. And then I worked it on my clients and it worked for them too. So, what am I saying? Now we wake up to sales notifications on our phone almost every single day. And it's because we all found what we were looking for, a confidence booster. We all found a strategy, a specific detailed GPS that got us from point A to point B. We all got ourselves outside of overthinking every post and overthinking every product, because the strategy, it works, y'all. So I've linked it there so you can check out the free training. It's no cost to you, and it's going to explain how we did it. It's really important to think about this. What would happen if you lost your job today? Do you have a plan? The 3 step simple strategy that I have, it will help you. It can help you if you just check it out. It's no cost to you. It will help you begin to think about, well, how can I do this? There's so many entry points to generating passive income, creating new streams of income. The affiliate marketing lane has worked for me, and I want to help it work for you too. So if you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to Think Different Daily. We're here to offer value. We're here to talk about the things that most people don't when it comes to making money. And if you have any comments, drop them there. Until next time, bye for now.